thing is scale up means that you're growing beyond your means. I'm not growing a business like a hairdresser in the corner shop, and after I'm succeeding in one corner shop, I'm winning another one. It means you are scaling up faster than your ability to do that, which means you need to go and fundraise money.
Hi, Shachar. Great to meet you.
Hi, Zoe. Nice to be here.
As the founding CEO of Cruve, tell us a bit about your business and how you came up with the idea.
I came to London about 6 years ago after graduating from INSEAD, and it's my fifth business, and it's the first time I've built a business for addressing both consumers and it's located and founded outside of Israel. So those who doesn't or haven't heard about Cruve until now, Cruve is the first over-the-top banking platform. We believe that the end game, with all the fragmentation that's happening with finances and money today and all the beautiful fintechs that are coming out into play, is that eventually they're all going to come together and converge into a singular platform or multiple singular platforms. It allows you to connect all your accounts, all your cards into one app, get one Cruve card, and from that moment on, to spend money from that card only. And of course, to get all the other benefits that you usually get from a challenger bank, but without replacing their bank, such as real-time notification, lock and unlock the card, seeing your entire timeline and insight of transactions from all your accounts in one place.
So a fantastic proposition and, a great disruptor. I'm interested, for other businesses out there that are thinking about disrupting and entering new markets, what are the secrets, you think, to being successful in that as a model?
So the first reaction is think again, because it's very hard to build a startup, and A, it's not for everyone, and B, it's not the only way to build a business and be independent. If you are to build a scale-up and a startup, you need to understand the market extremely well. You need to understand the strategy, the choices you need to take over time in order to make you successful. And you need to be mindful of what it means to be in a startup. It means that you need to accelerate extremely fast and constantly increase your speed. The second thing is scale up means that you are growing beyond your means. I'm not growing a business like a hairdresser in the corner shop, and after I'm succeeding in one corner shop, I'm winning another one. It's not organic growth where you can fund yourself sustainably. And a scale up because speed matters. It means you are scaling up faster than your ability to do that financially, at least, which means you need to go and fundraise money.
So many things there I want to understand more about. You mentioned funding, and that's clearly a big challenge, and for any kind of scale. How have you gone about within Cruve seeking and securing that funding?
When I came to the UK and started Cruve, I didn't have a lot of relationship and network here to go and seek funding. I had a lot of relationship and previous investors and partners that invest in previous companies I've had in Israel. But I knew I'm entering a B2C industry, not a B2B, where most of my companies were before. I'm entering a business which is operating in Europe and not in Israel, towards the US market. And I'm operating in a category back then called payments. Now it's called fintech, which is a bit cooler. So I knew that I need to find partners that understand the industry, fintech and payments, understand the Eurozone, and can help me grow as a company. It's not easy to find the right partner, and we said no to some partners we didn't believe there's the right match for us, and many partners said no to us where they didn't believe it's the right stage or the right match. But in order to make sure you get the right partners, you need to make sure, first and foremost, to focus on the business and the business and economics. And more than anything, if you're building a global business, it's all about first mover and traction.
The challenges you're facing and the role as even still founder, CEO, that you have to play is changing. But how has that evolved throughout that journey?
The challenging is huge. And I think the best way maybe to describe the challenge is you are facing challenges, or you're attacking challenges, you are trying to solve challenges that do not no longer exist, because the company constantly morphs. And the way to do it is to give as much as autonomy and as much as purpose of why you do it for everyone in the company. And that by itself is challenging, because you have to say it 10 times and write it 3 times until people get it, especially when you have a young crew of very ambitious people, very young, where it's the first or second job coming to the space.
You've mentioned people quite a lot there that are obviously critical. So how have you gone about building your team? And I know you said in our conversation previously that that's one of your key focuses.
Yes.
So what's your approach to that? And
I think there's some principles you need to set and follow them So honestly, it was hard to build the team that we've got into to this stage, and I think we've done a remarkable job. But it took me 3 years to get to this stage.
Coming back to the kind of the core of Curve, I believe you started off targeting businesses, and you've then evolved into consumers.
Yeah.
So how has the business changed over that? What was behind that expansion?
Curve was always a consumer play. It was never a business play. The thing is that Curve paradigm is completely new. We're the first company in the world that made it happen. It's not by chance or luck. It's really hard work we've done. So in 2015, when we started to build the business, we met with the leadership team at MasterCard and told them this is what we want to do. And they're like, there is no such product to give you. I can't give you anything. And what they decided to do is we'll give you a certain product under a waiver. So we waive different restrictions from you so you can start operating, gather data for us. So for 2 years, the company was under the radar, in beta, capturing data, trying to build a system, trying to build a brand. It's a very unique restriction for a startup.
And you mentioned there your brand. So how have you approached your marketing strategy as a business through that growth curve?
Super challenging. Super challenging. This is, if you ask me kind of what's my biggest hurdles or challenges in the company, it will be probably marketing, because marketing as we know it does not exist in a startup. To build marketing and awareness in a small startup, it has nothing to do with traditional marketing. Do not start hiring a traditional marketer by any means. Figure out how you increase speed so you can have someone who constantly can try things and fail, try and fail, try and fail. And if the speed is fast enough, you will find the right channel, audience, messaging, creative, the right mix, and then you can start scaling that up.
If we think about fintech firms, you mentioned you are there, they're booming in the UK. Yeah. If you had to give me top tips for any ambitious fintech company out there in the market, what would they be?
Speed matters, but they probably know that if they're quite ambitious and successful, and they've done a great job. I think whoever is working in fintech has a great opportunity in the unbundling space, doing things faster, better, cheaper, or more of, in a digital manner, and they have a great opportunity unbundling the bank. But the opportunity Curve sees here is bigger and different, which is take all those fintechs, take all those propositions that we already use and those we don't even aware of, and put them in one place so users can access their money from one place and discover new products and services with a tap.
Fantastic. And I just want to finish off by thinking about yourself.
Yeah.
So how growing or scaling any business puts a lot of pressure on the founder or CEO, as you say, presenting that vision, keeping that consistency within the company. So how do you manage you and your health and your well-being as part of that?
So there's several perspectives. There's the business perspective and there's the personal perspective. From the business perspective, the best thing you can do is to try and delegate authority as much as possible and download your brain to the leadership team as much as possible. So build a strong leadership team that you trust. They're professional, ideally better than you, and it's not hard. Probably everyone's better than the founder CEO because they're becoming experts within their function, within their groups. And you need to basically make sure that you are strict with your calendars and family time, switching off. And I'm not good at saying how because I'm not good at it. But once you build a leadership team that you trust, you can start sharing a lot of the weight with them and start building that. Also the board as well, the partners.
That's been really fascinating. Really appreciate you sharing that insight with us. And thank you for being part of the Scale Up series.
Thank you very much for inviting me in. My pleasure.
Thank you.